Okay, I'd like to call this meeting of the Board of Appeals to order. My name is John Catino, the chair. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Let's see who is here. Mr. Riley.
You're muted, Mike.
I know I couldn't unmute. I am
See,
here.
it happened. I'm not the only one. Okay, it's not my age. Okay. All right, Mr. Burton.
Here.
Okay. Arnold, Mr. Cohen.
Yes, here.
Excellent, thank you. Is Mr. Mosier here today? I think he said he could.
Sean is here. Dan is
Sean?
here.
Oh, yeah, Sean, could you answer in the affirmative?
I'm here.
And Mr. Hunt?
Here.
Okay, and the people that are presenting
Mr.
today,
Burton, did you get Mr. Burton?
Joseph, are you going to be
Yeah, I got him.
the first
Okay.
one? Okay, we have Mr. Chuck Joseph here. And then John Gelchich, you're here. And we've got and Jeff Wood. Excellent. All right, and who's here for, let's see, oh my gosh, I don't have that printed out either. I am sorry about my tardiness. It's got me all messed up. I have to open up the so I'm just looking for Adina's
She sent it way back on January 14th. Do you want me? Which one are we doing
January
first?
14th? No,
Yeah.
I need the January.
The notice?
No, I got the notice. No, I'm
Okay.
looking for the hearing notices. I got them right here, 22 South
Okay.
Street. Okay, excellent.
All right.
Oh, yeah, but actually, let me just finish this. This is the open meeting of the Board of Appeals is being conducted remotely. Please note that this meeting is being recorded. Accordingly, please be aware that others may be able to see you and take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials have been provided to the members of this body and available on the town's website via the web meeting calendar unless otherwise noted. Each vote taken at this meeting will be conducted by a roll call vote. I will now go to the first agenda item. The Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, February 11, 2026 at 7 p.m. to hear all persons interested in the uniform application for a special permit and/or variance filed by CJPM Development LLC at 1 Charlesview Road, Hopedale, Mass. for property located at 22 South Street, Hopkinton, Mass. Assessors map R23, Block 90, Lot 0. The petitioner is requesting a variance to allow a yoga Pilates studio to be located in the business zoning district. The hearing will be held remotely using the Zoom meeting service. For additional information, please email zba@hopkintonma.gov, call the Department of Land Use Planning and Permitting at 508-497-9745, or check the online meeting calendar and agenda for this meeting at hopkintonma.gov. This legal notice is also posted in Massachusetts Newspapers Publishers Association MNPA website at masspublicnotices.org. John Catino, clerk and chair, regarding 26008. Okay, let me just X out of this one and get back to the meeting. All right. Who is here representing 22 South Street? Mr. Joseph, thanks for coming. Could you tell us what you're trying to do?
Sure. We have a vacant space on the second floor of 22 South Street building. Was originally occupied by Cartwheel Kids gymnastics group for, I don't know, 10 years or so. And then we were able to take care of the HCA dance program there for a number of years. And we now have it vacant, and we have an applicant who would like to put a yoga Pilates studio up there, which is not specifically called out in the uses in the business district. While there are possible ways to get this permitted through retail with associated classes, et cetera. As a landlord, we're dealing with the tenant and the tenant's attorney, and the tenant's attorney said they're going to be investing this money in this space and everything else. We can't be subject to the whims of another building inspector coming in later and saying, no, I'm interpreting the bylaw differently. So we're looking just to use that same space as it has been used for 13 years, 14 years now, as a Pilates yoga studio. And that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, and you know, when I first read this one, that we're going from a dance gymnastics to Pilates, I'm saying, why is this even coming to us? You know, but I guess it isn't specifically stated in there, and you know, I don't know, you know, if the dance and the kids stuff and the gymnastic stuff was ever permitted, you know, through this board, you know, 13 years ago or 15 years ago, whatever it was. But you know, when I first looked at it, I said, this is a waste of everybody's time and energy. But now that you're putting it like this, that you know, I'm glad that you are, you know, dotting the i's and crossing the t's and asking us. You know, I've got a question. Were there ever any issues? Actually, maybe I should ask. I want to ask Mr. Gelchich or Mr. Wood, have there ever been any issues with the dance studio or the gymnastics in that facility? Were there ever any complaints or any of that kind of stuff that abutters may have come up? Were there any issues?
This is Jeff Wood. To my knowledge, since I've been here, there have not been any complaints whatsoever at the property.
Mr. Joseph, are you aware of any? Being you own the place.
Yeah, my
So-
office is next door. So no, there's never been any issues there, other than candy wrappers from the kids, which we had to deal with.
Okay, you know, this was, you know, this reminds you of the one that we had last month, where a medical facility was allowed, but we had to grant a special permit variance for it to become a veterinary clinic. And I'm saying, all right, you know, again, you know, this is where, as chair of the of Board of Appeals, I should be going to Zach, because I was on Zach and Planning Board back when we did do this one, and you know, I think that we left it a little bit too tight, or maybe we didn't want to get it tight, because I believe that downtown, I may be mistaken, but I believe in downtown Hopkinton, which is the same zoning, we've got 2 yoga studios or Pilates studios or something down there, and you know, for consistency, I'm sorry I'm hogging the talk, but when I first looked at this, it was just like, what are we doing here? But anyway,
we're used to that, John.
yeah, I know. But no, this is absolutely something that we have to go to. There are a few things that we've come across that we have to go to Zach to. Oh, we have Mr. Cohen. Actually, Mr. Cohen can go to Zach with this stuff, saying we've got to really look at some of these things so that people's times are, time and money isn't wasted, because 10, 15 years ago, when I was chair of Zach, I may have missed, so I apologize for that. But our representative can go and just and tell how the last 2 meetings we've had these just minor things that seem a little bit different than things that have been there or are allowed. Ms. Cohen, what do you think?
Makes a certain amount of sense. I mean, there's so many different potential uses. It's hard to draft a zoning bylaw to include every conceivable thing that might come before us. That if we thought about it, it would be, be okay, for use, but it seems to me that it's something to look at, to see if we can amend the bylaws so that we don't face what we've had the last couple times.
Arnold, I think we should also, while you're there, AI data centers. We wouldn't mind, hey, let's get a couple data centers up on that. We've got a lot of empty buildings up there. I don't know if they can work there, but we should at least say, hey, let's allow them. I don't know. But anyway, I'm talking out of turn here.
Yeah.
Mr. Riley, do you have anything to?
Well, a couple of things. One is, in one hand, it's like, okay, he didn't get a permit where he should have for the first time, but I look at businesses a little differently. Pilates is a business. There's an owner. There's someone who has to keep records. I think it should be very broad because as a solo practitioner, I run a business. Is it a law practice? Yes, but it's a business. Pilates, you're going to have to still run it as a business. I think definitely we need to look at, Zach, how we define business. And I now we have to come up on how the topography is different to allow it as a variance, which is crazy because it's been used as the same, to me, facility we have 2 more facilities like this in town in a business district. So we just have to figure out how we can fix it right, so we can rent a space like we want to do in town and get this thing moving. I'm not sure how we can do it perfectly, but I do think that this inconsistency we have of what a business is, while we try to narrow scope, and then we're trying to figure out different ways we can get around what we narrow scope them as, has to change. I agree with you, John. We need to change this. But I am all for having a Pilates studio in town. It's another business. It's a way to people can get exercise, recreation, and we can add another business owner to the town of Hopkinton. So we just need to figure out how we can do this as a board, that it can't be challenged and can't. That's my personal feeling. But I also want to hear what the public has to say, if there is any public comment.
And so I'd like to let's hit our third lawyer. Sean, I need you.
Yeah, John, I had the same concern you did. Is why are we here? We have an existing use. It's almost the same, and it's a business. And I think the only ones that really should be objecting would be the landlord and the existing tenants of whether they wanted a dance studio or a yoga studio in their building. So I agree with you. I think it's sort of a little bit overkill for it to be in front of us. But it seems like the lawyer directed them to do it, and I understand why. But yeah, I'm in total agreement with you on that.
Okay, now let's go to the real estate side.
Our physical therapist is up there. It's concierge physical therapy. And so they stretch, they exercise. Pilates is stretching and exercising. It's the lateral move. It's already been used in the building on the same floor, the same kind of purpose, sort of. So I have no problem with it.
The way I see it, a rehab facility is allowed in the district, and they have exercise equipment and the same stuff. It's for somebody that gets injured as often as I do. I know the exercise equipment, as I said, and I've got a Pilates machine at my house in Florida. Mr. Hunt, how about from the builder's side?
I mean, it seems like a similar business. Like you said, it's the lawyers just making sure they don't dump a ton of money into it, and somebody has an objection later.
All right, let's see if there's anybody from the public. Does anyone from the public want to chime in and give us your opinion on what's going on? No, this one wasn't controversial at all.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion, Jim, thanks for the second. Okay, any discussion of the motion to close this hearing? Hearing none. Okay, let's see. Who do we have here? So there's
You have
Sean, one.
You have James, Arnold, you and me, and Sean are the permanents.
The 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Dan is the only part-time person here, right?
So do we have
Sean,
five
you're
without?
No, I think I'm still part-time.
All right.
All right, so Sean, do you want to be on this one, or Dan, do you want to be on this one?
Doesn't matter.
All you, Sean.
Okay. All right, that's what I want to make sure. All right, so, Mr. Riley, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, the public hearing is closed. Okay, so, now we've got to come up with a tight, motion. Let's see, what do I have here? We've got to come up with a tight motion that, can stand up. I thought I printed it. So let me see if I can put some, let me just put some facts in first. The existing use of the space is gymnastics dance studio. 2, the property is located in the Business B district. 3, the applicant is not proposing to make any exterior alteration building. The application is for proposed change of use to a yoga Pilates studio only. I'd like to add a fourth one, that in the business district downtown, the very similar yoga studio. There are already 2 yoga studios downtown in the similar business use. And then findings. I move that the Board of Appeals find the following as it relates to the proposed development 22 South Street. The request for a variance is to allow yoga Pilates studio use, which is not allowed by right or special permit in the Business B district. That owing to the circumstances, this is where it gets interesting. This is where I need my 3 lawyers. Owing to the circumstances relating to the soil conditions, shape, and topography of the land or structures, but not affected generally the zoning district which is located, and literal enforcement of the provisions of the bylaw would involve substantial hardship, financial or otherwise. Specifically, that
The hardship there, John, is the attorney said they're not going to allow this business to happen unless they get a variance. So that would be the hardship. They would not be able to operate that business without this variance.
Okay. I'll take that. And then I'd like to and also I'd like to put in that a rehab facility is allowed and that has exercise equipment. And then number 3, desirable relief may be granted without substantial detriment to the public good, and that desirable relief may be granted without nullifying or substantially derogating from the intent or purpose of the ordinance of the bylaw. I'd like a motion on the facts and findings.
I make a motion to accept the facts and findings as read by John.
Second.
Any discussion on the facts or findings? Anybody want to make any friendly amendments or anything that they want to add? I've got 3 lawyers now. Come on, make sure that I did it tight.
No, John, that sounds good.
Okay, thank you. Wow,
John.
Sean, when you say that, I feel good. I feel good.
Yeah, John,
Excellent,
I
thank
just want to make an observation that,
Yes.
if I may, is that the bylaw, which is based on the statute, doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Because the use of the business doesn't have anything to do with the size of the lot or anything like that. It just I don't know how it works. This law has been on the books for a long time, so I'm having run it. It must come up a lot, but I just don't see how it makes any sense. But anyway, I think we should grant them the variance, and we should also maybe add to it that we should say something like we think it's within the permissive uses.
Well, this is just the findings, Arnold. We can do
this is
the
just the
motion.
findings.
Yeah, but
Yeah. but we can add that, sure.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. But what I'd like to add is the reason why that the soil condition, shape, topography, land, or structure, that does come from the Commonwealth. And that's why
Right.
that's there, you know. And,
It's in the statute.
Right. Yeah. And I don't think they consider second floors, you know, and that's where we're at.
Doesn't make any sense in a
I get it.
a large building where you got a lot of different businesses in there.
Mm-hmm. Right. And all right. And so we got a motion and with the amended motion. Okay. And who did the second?
I
Jim?
did.
So Arnold, do you accept your friendly amendment?
No, I'm
Okay.
all for it.
Yes. Okay. Great. All right. So so now we're voting on the amended motion. Mr. Riley,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative also. Okay. Now I'd like to if somebody would move my decision. I move that the board approve the variance for 22 South Street to allow the Yoga Palladio studio use at the location. Mr. Riley, will you
So
move that
moved.
for me?
Yes.
Excellent. Can I have a second?
Second.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Cohen again. Any discussion on the motion?
Hey,
Hearing
John,
none.
you know,
Yes.
just a thought while they're in front of us
Yes.
and they're here because council told them, and I think appropriately so, because we never know what's going to happen, to get the permitted use, right? To get that special permit. They're asking for yoga and Pilates.
Yes.
Would it be?
Oh, I know where you're going.
Would it be appropriate just to add and accessory uses or incidental uses to the same, just so like if they start doing a little bit of physical therapy, somebody doesn't jump up and say, well, you know.
I was thinking about this earlier, Sean, adding, you could do exercise facility or recreational, uses. You can do it. So, if there's something else, but we just want to make sure, I don't want to make it too broad where they're opening themselves up again, where let's get this business done. But we could say recreation, however you want to say it, but I was thinking the same thing. We could broaden it here, but I'd rather go back to Zach and let them broaden it in the future.
Okay, so let me update my motion then. I move that the board approve the variance for 22 South Street to allow for yoga, Pilates, or similar recreation studio, and its subsequent accessory uses.
Yep.
At that location.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Would you move that one for me, Mr. Riley?
I make a motion to move forward this fact stated by John Contino.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Excellent. All right, any discussion on that? That was great. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Okay, Mr. Riley,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, Chuck, I'm glad that we were able to write this strange one.
John, I appreciate it, and I appreciate all the efforts of the board. And kind of on an unrelated note, buckle up. You're going to have some work coming up pretty soon. There's a lot of. I'm on the Economic Development Advisory Council. We're hiring. I think we're going to be hiring an economic and development officer. The town is aware of a lot of zoning issues that may be coming before you or may not. I'm not sure. With regard to some alterations to keep us on a healthy economic path. And I appreciate what you do, because this is the kind of stuff that makes the town go, and it's not very sexy. It's just, sitting here and going through these meetings. So I really appreciate your help and your support. Thanks very much.
Well, that's why I think that if Arnold would invite me to go with him to one of those meetings that we'll do a 1-2 punch and try and show Zach where we could use some help
That's great.
and modifying some of these. And again, part of it is, I was chair of Zach for 14 years, and I could have caught some of these things, but I don't think Pilates was around 18 years ago when it first
You
started.
can't,
20
you
years
can't think
ago
of
when it
all
first
the.
started.
You got to go categories and not specifics. That's
That's
the issue.
Yeah, you got it. Again, thank you very much, everyone.
guys.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks, John.
Take care.
I appreciate
Right,
it.
Chuck.
Thank you. Okay.
John, on that note,
Yes.
I think that's a good idea. Maybe you could remind me of, send me an email or something, and
Okay.
keep an eye out on when the next SAC meeting is, and
Yeah. Thanks.
we can bring it up then.
Thanks, Arnold. I really appreciate you're working with them. All right. The next one is I have to change screens again. Excuse me. Oh, 42 South Street. Hey, we're back on South Street. I love when we're doing stuff on South Street because that means businesses are coming in. The Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, February 11, 2026 at 7 p.m. to hear all persons interested in the uniform application for a special permit and or variance filed by the Sign Center, 40 Orchard Street, Haverhill, Mass. For the installation of a building-mounted sign at Easto Biologics at 42 South Street, Hopkins, Mass. Assessors map R23, block 58, lot C. That exceeds the maximum square footage allowed under the zoning bylaws in the Industrial A District. The property is owned by GVIIRC, 42 South Street owner LLC, 2 International Place, Suite 2410, Boston, Mass. The hearing will be held remotely using the Zoom meeting service. For additional information, please email cba@hopkinma.gov, call the Department of Land Use Planning and Permitting at 508-497-9745, or check the online meeting calendar and agenda for this meeting at hopkinma.gov. This legal notice is also posted in the Massachusetts Newspapers Public Association MMPA website at masspublicnotices.org. John Cucino, Chair and Clerk, regarding 26009. Who is here representing 42 South Street?
Hi, I am. I work for the Sign Center.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for coming.
No problem. Thank you.
What are you doing?
So we are installing a reverse set channel set. Do you have a copy of the application, or I can share my screen?
Yeah, you can feel free to share your screen. That's always
Okay.
best. That way HCAM can see it too.
Okay. It said I had to request it, so I requested.
Should be able to now. They changed the share menu, so if you can't, let me know.
Mhm. Is that working?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I apologize that it's not the right direction. So this is the reverse channel letter set. It's not illuminated. This will be painted white, and then this is their brand orange. It will be going on the upper portion of the wall, as you can see right here.
Mhm.
And we just included kind of the distance from the street. You can't really see it from a public way. It is far away from this sign that's located right here. And it just makes it a little easier for, visitors and customers to identify the building.
Well, I think I remember doing a sign on this one about 6 years ago, on the same building, where the previous tenant wanted to put the sign up, and if they stuck to the sizes that we allowed, it would have looked dumb.
It looks very
They were
tiny.
just too tiny, and I can see again. I was on Zach, and I think I was also on the planning board at this time. This goes back about 20 years ago. When we came up with the square footage of that sign, Mr. Riley's laughing because he knows what I'm going to say. We said, how big is a 4x8 sheet of plywood? 32 square feet. That seems big enough for a sign. Because
One
the
way
way
to
we
do it, I
look
guess.
at is, no, again, because we did this sign bylaw for the town. And depending on where it was in the town, a 4x8 sheet was like, we thought was big enough for somebody doing construction signs and that kind of stuff. And
Hmm.
it's sort of like when you look at the signage that's all around the old Hopkinton Drug. They did that fence wrap, but even the signage though, everything is still 32 square. Every square is about 32 square feet, and it was just one of those. We went, what are we big? Yeah, that's about big enough. And not thinking of when you're starting to talk about 25,000, 40,000, 60,000 square foot buildings,
Right.
what it would look like on there. And it's another one that Mr. Cohen and I are going to have to talk about. We might have to split something out for South Street so that we don't have to do this one again, because we actually did this building. It may have been about 8 years ago. And
So is that what it looks like right there on the page 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proportional. That's all we ever want, is something that's tasteful and proportional.
So how many
Yeah.
square foot is this, Jamie?
This is 50.44.
Looks good.
It looks good.
It does.
I know. Okay, so any other members of the board have any input on this one? I'm going to do the same thing, Mr. Cohen. I'm going to hit all my lawyers first.
Allowing or voting on this. What's the criteria?
It's an industrial A. They want it. They're looking for. Let's see. The height is 64 inches by 113. Area. The large sign is approved for the size of the property, the building thereon, the neighborhood. Well, what do you mean? We asked, what do you mean by criteria?
Well, in other words, what do we have to find about it to approve it? What are what conditions? Like, is it not detrimental, or how much do we have? Is this a variance or a special permit, or this?
The special permit. It's a special permit, so it's much lighter. Yeah, yeah, and basically it's to so is it? Are we 32 square feet? Jeff, do you know what the number is? I believe it is 32 square feet.
It is 32.
Yeah, I think it was 4x8 sheet. Is 4x8 sheet. That's we were. Yeah. So they're looking for 50 square feet versus 32 square feet.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I was just curious, but I think when somebody makes a motion, we'll understand
Arnold,
what we're voting.
Arnold, if you have the zoning laws up, 210-180B has the language I think you were looking for to allow for a special permit.
Oh yeah, Sean, could you read it so that we can get on?
210-180B. The following signs shall be allowed by special permit from the Board of Appeals upon a finding that the sign will further the purposes of this article and is otherwise appropriate for the size of the property, any buildings thereon in the neighborhood setting.
All right. Well, that's the answer. That answers the question. That was my question. Thank you. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
See, you lawyers know how to speak to each other. Okay. Hey, I was an engineer, and now I'm a realtor. Well, sort of. With Mr. Burton here, I can't say that. All right. Anybody else that Mr. Cohen? Mr. Burton, do you have anything to Mr. Hunt?
No, I'm fine with it. As I get older, it's harder for me to see, and I need to get glasses. So at least I'll be able to see that when I drive in the parking lot.
Yeah. And now, in the last few years, I wear my glasses all the time now. It stinks. Now I really feel old. Anything else? Okay, so let me just open it up, see if there, any members of the public here that would like to give their opinion on this. Boy, we have two non-controversials. Well, we have two that should have been.
I'm actually part of the sign center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not public.
Okay, do you like it?
Yeah, I like.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool. It actually does
Okay.
look appropriate to the size of the building.
That does.
And the fact that they were only asking for a smaller amount so it would fit better, we felt pretty good about asking you all.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I've as I said, I've done this building before. It wasn't that many years ago, and I wish I remembered the name of the building, but I forgot to research it before I came to the meeting. I was actually at the gym before that, so I'm really not dressed very appropriately for this meeting. I want to apologize to the town for not having a tie on like I like to have, or a collared shirt. Oh, I look like Mr. Burton. Hey, I get this thing. I get this thing going. Okay. But anyway, okay. So
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. We got a motion and a second. Could you? Yes. Thank you for this. Thank you. I wanted to
Sorry.
screen back. Excellent. No, appreciate Jamie. Thank you very much. Okay. So, any discussion on the motion to close? Hearing none. Mr. Cohen.
Yes.
Where are you? Oh yeah. Who wants to be on this one? Dan, Sean. Do you want to let Dan take this one, Sean?
Dan, take it. Yeah, Dan.
Okay, Dan, you're in. Dan, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, the hearing is closed. Okay, I've got some facts that I'd like to read. The property is located in Industrial A zoning district. The applicant is requesting a special permit to allow for a wall sign that is larger than what is allowed by right. The Industrial A district limits wall signs to a maximum size, there it is, of 32 square feet. The proposed sign has dimensions of 64 inches in height, 113.5 inches in width, and 4 inches of depth for a total sign area of plus or minus of 50.4 square feet. Findings. I move that the Board of Appeals find the following as it relates to proposed development at 42 South Street. The applicant has stated that the proposed sign is plus or minus 50.4 square feet, which is plus or minus 18.4 square feet larger than allowed under the current zoning bylaw. Section 210-180B1 allows for the Board of Appeals to grant a special permit for signs not otherwise permitted by right to be displayed in connection with the allowed uses, subject to such limitations as may be imposed by the Board of Appeals. The proposed uses for the sign to be connected is a medical device manufacturer, ISDO Biologics. The proposed sign will further the purposes of the sign bylaw Article 27. The larger sign is appropriate for the size of the property, the buildings thereon, and the neighborhood setting which the property is located. And 6, grant of the special permit will be in harmony with the general purposes and intent of Chapter 210 zoning. Could somebody,
I make a motion to accept the findings of fact as stated by John.
do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, James. Okay, any discussion on those motions? Arnold, did you have anything you wanted to add or anything?
No.
Excellent. Okay, hearing none. Mr. Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, now the decision. I move that the board approve the special permit for 42 South Street to allow for the proposed wall sign, which at plus or minus 50.4 square feet is larger than the maximum wall size allowed under the zoning bylaw. Would you move that one, Mr. Riley?
I make a motion to accept the
The decision as
motion
read.
as read by John Catino.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, discussion on my motion as read. Hearing none, Mr. Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
and Mr. Cohen.
Yes.
And I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, you got it. Thank you, Fred.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Thank you for your
John.
presentation.
Can I ask you a
job,
quick
guys.
question?
Yes.
It's a personal question. The print behind you, is that an AirTag?
Yes.
Very good.
It was, I don't like people knowing that I have air tags in my house. It was always considered.
Yeah, I would keep that quiet.
Yes, I know. They came from my father-in-law. There's actually two of them. Yeah, as an art connoisseur,
I'm
But
a very big
yeah.
fan. So
yeah, we got Fuego, and then I've got Dance. Yeah, there's
Nice.
two of them that came from my father-in-law's house when he passed.
best of
Okay.
luck with you. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, Fred. Thank you for pointing that out on HCAM from me. I'll get back at you. Wait till you come in front of me next time. Okay.
I'm a big
Okay.
admirer of Etche, so
Okay. Hey, God bless. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming. Thank you for
Thank you so
working
much.
with us in the town.
all right. Thank you.
Okay.
guys.
Next on the agenda, has everybody looked over the minutes as drafted by Adina?
Yes.
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 Okay, does anybody have any proposed changes to those? Or would somebody like to make a motion to accept it as drafted?
What's the date on those? Those I don't have them in front of me.
She had two of them. I'm just going, you're making me go to my screen again.
Well, I think we need, if we vote on them, we got to vote for the dates.
I get it. I get it. Give me 1 second. I gotta go back up.
December 10th.
There's only one? I thought she sent me,
It was
I only
January
have one.
14th, too.
I thought she sent me two.
Oh, yeah. She sent a second one today.
Yeah, because I read two, but then I
So-
just want to make sure that,
It's January 14th.
okay, good. That's what I thought. Okay, because I thought I read two. Oh, now you guys are making me feel like I'm getting old.
Okay.
Okay,
Just let
okay,
you know,
so-
John, I'm going to abstain from the one that she sent today. I didn't get a chance to read it. So there will
Okay.
be enough votes if everybody
Yes.
else read it.
Okay.
I wasn't at the last one either. So
but that's okay as long as you can, as long as you can read it. But we only need 4 votes to pass it anyway.
okay.
Does anybody have
Make a
any
motion
changes?
to accept the notes as written for December 10th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on that? Okay, Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
Mr. Riley.
Yes.
And I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, now how about the January 14th? Would somebody like to make a motion?
I make a motion to accept the notes as presented for January 14th, 2026.
Have a
Second.
second? Thank you, Jim. Okay, Mr. Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Abstain.
okay, Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
Mr. Burton,
Yes.
and I vote in the affirmative also. Okay, so we got the 2 drafts done. And I think that's all we have on the agenda. I don't have it open because I only have one screen open in front of me today. I think that's it for today. Do you know if anything else is coming up, John, in the next couple of weeks? Sorry to treat you like Adina, but anything coming up in 2 weeks?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be a surprise for us, you guys. Okay. Okay, a motion to adjourn.
I make a
Second.
motion to adjourn.
We have a second.
Second.
Excellent. Thank you. Any discussion on the motion to adjourn? Hearing none. Mr. Cohen,
Yes.
Mr. Riley,
Yes.
Mr. Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Masterson,
Yes.
and Mr. Burton.
Yes.
And I vote in the affirmative to adjourn this meeting. Thanks. I really appreciate everybody's patience with, to Mr. Cohen's point, we couldn't think of everything 20 years ago, but Arnold and I will go and try and fix this so that we don't have to have some of these. Granted, they went nice and easy and everything, but just so we don't have to have people spend all their money and their time and all that to do this. And again, thank you everybody for coming to HCAM. Thank you for covering us. Really appreciate it. God bless everybody. Have a great week. See you soon. Thank
Thank
you.
you, John.
Good
Good
job.
night.
Good night.